2NURFM News for our sponsor, Cartier Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Dunstan with 2NURFM Hunter News. Former Newcastle Lord Mayor Jeff McCloy has lost his challenge to political donation laws, with the High Court remaining firm in their stance on banning property developers from making donations. McCloy brought the challenge before the court after admitting to ICAC he made donations to Liberal candidates Tim Owen and Andrew Cornwall last year. The court's full bench rejected McCloy's challenge on the restriction of developers from making donations and the amount that can be donated. More than 9,000 pages of evidence have been presented to Newcastle Local Court in the child sexual abuse case against Catholic brother Bernard Kevin McGrath. McGrath was extradited from New Zealand last year on 252 counts of child sex abuse alleged to have occurred in the Lake Macquarie area. The court heard a trial is likely to last at least 6 months. The Trans-Pacific Partnership deal is bad news for the people of the Hunter, says Green Senator Lee Rhiannon. She says although the secret deal will have a big impact on the economy, it will limit the Australian government's ability to act in the national interest. Lee Rhiannon says Hunter residents will suffer the consequences.
The public interest has not been put first in this trade deal. It should be the first job of the Australian government. The public interest should come first in trade deals by the TPP. The government have signed a bad deal. We're going to lose out. The cost of medicines are set to increase. Labour standards weaken. The cost of living increase.
The lawyer representing a former Newcastle council manager accused of fraud has called for more time to look over evidence. Lisa Diane Scully has been charged with approving $30,000 worth of sham invoices. Scully's lawyers told Newcastle Court this morning the brief of evidence is 5 volumes long. The matter was adjourned till November 18. Newcastle Grammar School students have been awarded for their efforts in raising youth consumer awareness by receiving the Regional People's Choice Award in the 2015 Money Stuff Challenge. The original production was able to educate their peers without consumer rights by presenting information in a scripted puppet show. Fair Trading Commissioner Rod Stowell says the challenge is important for younger people to engage with.
It's an important way of getting students to understand their consumer rights and responsibilities. Earlier and earlier, consumers are entering the marketplace, making important purchases, and they can include things like mobile phone, and having a good understanding of your consumer rights is really important.
A new acceleration-deceleration lane is being built on Madawi Road between the Williamtown RAF base and Richardson Road roundabout. The lane, located on the western shoulder, will combat increased traffic and stormy weather in the area. Motorists are reminded to keep to worksite speed limits and watch out for construction workers. Hunter history students on year 9 and 10 are being urged to apply for the 2016 Premier's Anzac Memorial Scholarship. Up to 20 scholarships are available to New South Wales students, allowing them to learn about the history of the Anzacs and the legends surrounding them. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says the scholarships help young people remember the Anzac sacrifice.
I hope this will continue, this initiative. It's important, I think, for the next generation coming through. I mean, those wars are now over 100 years old, but I think they made our mark on our nation, and I really, really hope that we continue to honour that.
In finance, the All Ords is up 7 points at 52.06 and $1 Australian is buying 71.73 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club's Melbourne Cup Carnival.
Newcastle Knights coach Nathan Brown believes there is little separating the Knights and those that fell short of the top 4, but is reluctant to say to where they will fall in the 2016 season. Brown is currently organising staff and team members in preparation for the pre-season. Knights officials have also maintained that the release of Adams Clydesdale is not part of a plan to sign West Tigers captain and hooker Robbie Farah. With the 2016 Olympic Games now under 10 months away, Lake Macquarie gymnast Mary Ann Mockton is looking to build towards Rio following her selection in the Australian team for the World Championships later this month. And Newcastle Jets coach Scott Miller has Fox Sports gaining the support of the community in his top priority heading them into the A-League season.
They were very honest with how they wanted the club to be run, but ultimately told me, you're in charge of it. But the KPI was simple, community engagement. That was pretty much the only one, and that's vital.
20 RFM news time is 2:05.